Hi friends, welcome to another Stitch with me. My name is Emir. If this is your first time, I go by AlmondMnMs here on Instagram, here on Flosstube, Instagram, website, all that good stuff. But sneaky suspicion, there might not be new people here. They're just friendly returners. So if you are, welcome. If you're not, hello. Today is Wednesday, June 19th, and I am back for another Stitch with Me iced coffee sip and chat situation. Let's get the ball going. I am actually going to be stitching, but I just wanted to chat. Let me actually see. I think we'll be good this way. I didn't even test this stuff out. So actually I said that I wanted to do Wednesday Stitch sips with me, iced coffee and chats. We still haven't figured out the name yet. My hair is a little, wait, no, it's this one. But I figured, no, I said that I was going to be here on Wednesdays. Last week I did not come on Wednesday. I actually came in on either Sunday or Monday. I did a Flosstube / StitchCon recap, and I didn't do a Wednesday one because I actually met with a friend, and two, I recorded something that I wasn't happy with, so I figured I would just kind of start all over and all that good stuff. So I'm not quite sure yet how we're gonna do the format of these Stitch with Me situations. While I was at dinner with one of my friends, she had actually suggested for me to do a face-to-face type situation, because usually if you're stitching with your friends, you're either sitting next to each other or across from each other, so something like that. Or my second option was to do something more of a top down, where you can kind of just see what I'm stitching. So let me know what format you like, because we're still exploring on that one. Let me actually fix you for a little bit. I don't think I can fix you. Let's see. There we go. Hi, you're fixed. So I figured I would just come here and stitch a little bit with you, explain myself, but also show my face and drink a little bit of coffee before I forget, because I feel like I'm already going down the rabbit hole of forgetting. I am obviously a tiny count stitcher, 56/1 plus whatever, but I do have some random, let me get comfy, some random COVID starts, and they were abandoned because I found my home of high count stitching, and I pretty much left a few abandoned whips, two of them which I feel like they need to be finished. Sorry, I had to mute my phone. Two of them I feel like they need to be finished, so those are going to be the two that I'm going to be focusing on for the next few weeks, maybe a few months. We'll see how long it takes me, in conjunction with the other things that I'm working on, which, with that being said, this is one of them. Pretty much, here we go. Pretty much, I have two more boxes to go, and then boom, the rest. This is backwards. This is an interesting way of looking at this, because I'm going in the opposite direction. So I have two more down, and then obviously the rest of it to go. So yeah, I've decided that I'll probably do one box per day, or a box and a half, to help me finish by the ending of the month, which that means I have about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, about 20 of them left. Today is the 19th. So if I do 2 a day, maybe we might be in a good place, but hopefully I'll finish it by the ending of June, maybe July. I do feel like I'm gonna finish it by the ending of June, if not beginning of July, because I will be flying out very, very soon for a race on June 30th. Well, the race is on June 30th, Berlin time. I don't know what, I think Berlin is like 7 or 8 hours ahead of the US, or ahead of New York. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be either stitching on the plane or stitching alone, because I am going by myself, so I'm gonna have a lot of alone time. We also have the window open because it is hot as hell. Hot, really, really hot. And I had to shut off the AC and or the fan because you would be able to hear it. So bear with me, and you'll probably see me melt here. Let me actually see if the light is better. Is this better? No, I think you need light. Let's fix you up. I haven't even like done any checks or anything like that, so hopefully we're good. Are we good? What do you think? Don't mind me. But yeah, so let's get to stitching. Like I said, I am going to be doing about 2 boxes per day to kind of get ahead, but a lot of I'm going to start working on the border now, like while we're doing like our stitches, our chat conversation, because I feel like it's easier to go by border, and then instead of like figuring out like counting and boxes and all that good stuff. So if you get anything out of this video, let me know. How do you like the format? Do you like the format of like us sitting here and me chatting, or do you like the format of like you just looking at my hands and seeing what I'm working on? Sidebar, I'm working, as I was saying, on the border, because I just want to lay it out. And I also want to cut this fabric because it's just, I'm probably just gonna cut the fabric and like not throw it out, but like save it aside for like a giveaway situation, because I don't use this fabric, and I think I pretty much did stop this whip because I hated the fabric. But you can't blame me. But yes, I want to get to the border so I can kind of like cut it off and just do my thing. Yeah, I did mention earlier that I am gonna be doing a race in Berlin, which that is fun. I am very excited. I am gonna be going by myself, so that's gonna be interesting. I don't really have much plans of like what to do out there or anything besides the race starts on a Sunday. It's a 24-hour race, so it's not like such a big deal, hence why I'm not like taking like a team with me. I'll be fine. But besides having the meeting on Saturday, the race meeting, I don't have much planned. I'm leaving on Wednesday after work, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing planned. So if you know anybody in Berlin, put it in the wrong hole. If you know anybody in Berlin or know of anything like stitchy related, let me know, because I've been like looking, and sadly I don't think they have like a high like stitch community out there. So let me know, hook a sister up. It would be cool to see if I can like meet people or like go into like a LNS or something like that. But yeah, I didn't see any. I did see a lot of like knitting shops and things like that, so I might just end up getting like a skein of yarn or something, just so it's like my souvenir of like me being there. But yeah, like I'm not much of a knitter. I mean, I need a little bit of help with socks, but that's pretty much it. But I think you know, that's the best that I'll be able to do, because yeah, there's not really much out there that I saw. So we will see what happens with that. Also, I don't know if I said this before, but while I was at StitchCon, we bought coffee, and I ended up, and I'm not a coffee drinker. You should know this by now. I don't do well on coffee. But you know the story of what happened and how I ended up with like hundreds of coffee pods. So yeah. But with that being said, I had bought coffee while we were in Ohio, and it was not I had to prepare myself, because I was like, oh my god. Well, even the girls were like, oh my god, this girl's about to be on coffee, like so I was under the impression that I was going to be off the chain, because I ordered something that was recommended through like the best sellers or whatever, and apparently I had like 3 shots of espresso. Weak. It did absolutely nothing to me compared to like whatever I'm drinking here. So yeah, that's that. Also, I just feel like maybe these like coffee companies, not blaming anybody in specific, but I do feel like these coffee companies are like probably like, in a way, maybe not nitpicking, but what's the word, like selectively choosing how much like potency coffee are you like giving per like region and things like that, because there is no way that coffee is that weak over there versus like over here. But it's also like 2 different brands, but also I've tried the coffee over here from like that specific brand, and it's like, okay, like it still doesn't make me off of the chain, but it's still there. One thing I did notice while on coffee is that I am a much more pleasant person, and perhaps maybe a more approachable person. Do I care? No. Is that going to change my habits? No, because yeah, I'm just going to still have the resting face, but it was just very interesting to see that I feel like I'm a more pleasant person, and I do feel like a few people did notice it, because they're like, are you okay? Like, why are you so happy? And I'm like, is this what drugs do to you? Just kidding. But I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, like it's very interesting, because I never really felt like it kind of made a difference. Is that gonna change my lifestyle of me like turning into a coffee drinker? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm just drinking all this coffee because I kind of fell in a lucky situation where I got a coffee machine and I got free coffee, so why not? But besides that, what else is going on? Aside from running and all that good stuff, well, actually, yes, let's talk about stitching, because that's what you're here for, right? Aside from like running and all that good stuff, I mean, coming back from StitchCon, I will say that I did basically get my stitching bug back. I've been stitching basically almost every day. I've been doing like I said, like a box per night, or like a box and a half, plus some of the like border and all that good stuff. So I mean, it's getting there. I also got a case of the starditis, yeah, which shocker to me and everybody else around me. Ymir actually started stitching a Halloween stitch. I'm not gonna show it to you because I didn't prep for that, and I don't know where it's at. I do know where it's at, but it's not at this table. Yeah, so I started a Halloween stitch, which is interesting because if you know me that I'm not a holiday girl, especially a Halloween girl. With that being said, I will say that it's actually refreshing stitching that, and it is kind of fun. Like, I didn't realize how fun like Halloween stitching can be, or maybe like holiday stitching. It is a sampler that I say has a sibling. It has like a Christmas one, so I do see myself in the future stitching both of them to like kind of have them right next to each other. But I am very excited about that. I'll probably show it on the next Flosstube so you can kind of see where I'm at, what I'm doing, how we're doing, blah, 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 and all that good stuff. But right now, we are just here to stitch and chat. Full disclosure, I also have water because coffee is not life for me, but you know, we're just doing it. I mean, it doesn't taste bad at all. It's just I need to like dilute it a little bit. And talking about that, like, it's funny because as I'm making these like cups, I have no clue about coffee. I have no idea about anything, and I should know better because in my household, that was kind of a thing, and I was like the only one that really didn't. And I mean, actually, in the Hispanic community, you have like a lot of like kids, like kindergarteners, first graders, like not in school yet, still talking, walking, whatever, and they're on their coffee. And it's not like this is like weak coffee, like coffee and milk. Oh no, like they drink it straight black. Like some of them do sugar, some of them don't do sugar, but it's just straight black coffee. And I'm just like, you're bugging. But you know, shocking for me, I just never really was a coffee girl. Even throughout college, I should have been on coffee. Should have been on a lot of stuff, but I wasn't. I'm definitely an old soul, and I didn't do coffee, energy drinks, or anything like that. So you know, it's just kind of like shocking for everybody within like either my community or like my family, where it's like, oh, you don't drink coffee? And I'm like, nope, never did throughout my whole college career, and I just started drinking coffee, and it's not like a permanent thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Going back to the conversation, I feel like I'm rambling. Like this is like going back to the conversation about filming. I don't know if I feel like I've probably spoken about this like months ago, or maybe, who knows. Oh no, who's honking? But we're gonna talk about it again. So I own a few amounts of cameras. One of them is a set of cameras where I can kind of like film different angles at the same time and kind of like manage it. So like it would be like top down angle, or like face angle, shoulder angle, like whatever, like multiple angles, and I can kind of like manage the whole thing at the same time. It is a setup that's intentionally set up for like streamers and like, I don't know, but like I haven't used it, and I bought it and just never used it. So I took it out this week to play with it and kind of like, you know, play around with it and see if I can like get like better quality photos and whatever. And honestly, it was so complicated, and I don't think it's complicated. It was just so much that I was just kind of like, I don't think this is the direction I want to go in. Like, great, it's amazing to have like, I guess like a major production thing, but it was just like, I feel like for us, like on YouTube or like Flosstube per se, we're very like simple. Like we record on our phones, record on our iPads, barely edit anything, and then just upload it and like share it. So I don't know, I'm just kind of like, I feel like getting rid of the cameras and either purchasing like something way smaller that I can like travel with and like really do like double like content per se, like do like our regular like filmings, but also like get like stuff from like race portions, since I do like run a lot and like race a lot and all that good stuff. So I don't know, like, what do you think? Like, I'm asking. I already made the decision. I want to get rid of these cameras, but I just need to figure out, like, do we go down a more complicated like YouTube setup, or do we just let it be and, you know, just continue recording on our phones and iPads and all that good stuff? So I don't know. I'm still exploring the options. Still have good options. We'll see. But definitely the setup that I had purchased, I want to say maybe like 2 years ago. It's been sitting there, and I just need to get rid of it, because honestly, like, it's just wasted. Oh no, thread chicken. It's just like wasted. It's just wasted, and I'd rather it go to another home where someone else can use it versus like me not using it properly. But on top of that, another thing that I did notice was that I'm gonna be playing major thread chicken here. Another thing that I really did notice was that what is it? Threading my needle. Another thing that I noticed is that, like, when I was doing the top down shots, and that's what I was actually playing around with last week, when I was doing the top down shots, I noticed that the like quality of like the photos of the video wasn't like high quality where you can see like all the holes of my stitching. So I'm just kind of like, do I really want that? Like, do I want to keep this setup and not have like the high quality? So I'm just gonna get rid of it. I just feel like I made the decision again and again, even though we just spoke about it. But I am still on the hunt for a better setup from like top down for you to see like my stitching. But also, we still haven't decided on what's the format. Do we want to do like a face-to-face format, or do we want to do a top down and like a little corner of your mirror being here yapping away? So tell me what you think. Your opinion does matter. Okay, your opinion does matter on this one. And actually, that actually reminded me, and you all know I'm never like comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell and all that good stuff, but I will say it would be nice if you subscribe. But if you are already, I suggest for you to double check your settings and the little like bell portion, because multiple people have been like, how do you have Flosstubes out? And I didn't know that. I didn't get a notification. So I would say maybe check your settings and see. I feel like even for me, like, I'm subscribed and bell on for a lot of people, and sometimes I don't get the notification, and then I'll go back in and be like, oh, I knew I was like subscribed or whatever. I'll go back in and I'm like either unsubscribed or the bell is off, and I'm like, I know I did it. So I just feel like maybe the algorithm is like separating us. So here's your friendly reminder to do all the digs on like liking, commenting, subscribing, and ringing the bell so you can know when I'm posting a video. I don't know. That's if you want to. No pressure. This is all casual. Our relationship is very casual, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have much of an update besides it's getting hot. It is basically a heat wave apparently here in New York. I stole today off. Today was supposed to be day 10 for me, but I decided to switch my day off, play hooky, and actually enjoyed the day off, which is like weird, because I really don't get like time off or anything like that, and I'm usually always working like many long stretches. But I decided to take a today off versus tomorrow, because I wanted to go on a run early with my friends, and they were running, and I wanted to do it, and I wanted to feel like a normal person, because I am not a normal person slash having a normal schedule like other people, because I work weekends. My schedules are very intense at times, and I feel like my friends have a good life, and I don't. But I did steal a day off, even though I have to go and work tomorrow. But then I'm off on Saturday, which is great. I'm gonna try to find someone to do a long run with, one of my friends. I don't know which ones, and also enjoy the day. I feel very optimistic this summer, about like just like running in general, plans and things like that. Obviously I am training for a lot of races, so that's gonna be interesting and great. And I feel like, the summer's not even official, but the summer is basically here in New York. Like, we already have like a heat wave. We're getting the light company alerts, like prepare and all this good stuff. So I'm just like, yay, great, we're gonna fry. So yeah, like I'm very like hopeful for the summer time, and hopefully this training block, I'm training for a lot of good stuff. Ooh, yes. I feel like I never invite you all, but let me extend a formal invitation. So I will be running, like I said, in Berlin. It's a 24-hour race, on June 30th, Berlin time. Starts at like 8 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. But with that being said, in the past, a lot of people have done like a stitch and run situation where I'm running and you all stitch. So if you want to start gathering some of your whips and maybe do like a stitch and run situation, let me know. Excuse me, hiccups. Yeah, let me know. I need to figure out a way to either, I'm definitely gonna update you all every hour on the hour, because pretty much the race resets every hour on the hour until you give up or are not at the start line at the hour. So I'm definitely gonna do that. I don't have the luxury of having like a crew that can take photos, photograph, video and all that stuff and like post things for me. So I'm definitely gonna have to like update everybody, because nobody's gonna have any information about me if I don't post anything. Like nobody, not even like my running friends. So I need to, I'm like sweating, by the way, which I'm like almost gonna like wrap up this video because I'm like melting. But yeah, so I am going to do like updates throughout the runs, but also throughout the run, but definitely like on the hour, every hour. So maybe like do like something typical, like 24 hours of cross stitch type thing, and just kind of do it that way. But I need to figure out like a tracker portion. The thing is, it's not, the race concept is not like how I did like LA. I ran from LA to Las Vegas, where it's like point A to point B. This one is more of a looped course, so I'll still be like loopy in the loops, so you can kind of see if I'm moving or not. But I don't know, I need to figure out like how you can track me, if you want to track me, or how can we figure out a way. We'll figure out a way. But I am saying, start gathering your whips if you want to start whipping it up and stitching a bit. I will be stitching when I'm in Berlin, because like I said, I don't have any plans. I'm leaving here Wednesday, get there Thursday morning, so I'm gonna have Thursday, Friday, and basically Saturday, so 3 days to like just chill and stitch. So that's gonna be fun and interesting. But yeah, like I said, I'm not training for a lot. well, I'm training for big ones, but not like a lot of races compared to like last year. But another one where you have my knee. Another one where it's just planting the seeds is Chicago. I'm running the Chicago Marathon in October. So if you are from Chicago, let me know. Let's chit chat. Let's figure something out. I haven't purchased my tickets or hotels or anything, so I still have time to like plan the schedule around. Maybe I can like get there like a few days earlier, meet up with people. Don't know if there's like any LNSs or anything good like that, but you know, it's all about stitching and all that good stuff. But yeah, enough about that. We'll definitely talk about it more in the future because obviously we're now in like official training mode. But definitely the 911 one is Berlin, which is pretty much happening in a week and a half, basically. Are we excited? We are excited. I chatted for a lot. Pretty much I'll show you my progress right now of what I did. Pretty much I worked up here. I'm gonna continue working on this after I get off of here with you all. Might meet with a few friends, who knows, but I am just planning on stitching for the rest of the night, and hopefully once the sun goes down I can dye floss, not physically dye. Hopefully I can dye some floss and get some things out because the temperature is spicy right now. Not even with a fan I will go in there and dye because it is hot, like hot. But yeah, like this is pretty much the progress that I have done. We're done with the length. We just have to, like I said, we have to add 2 more and then finish filling everything in. It cracks me up because some of these, like, I like sidebar, these are like 3 1 2 3 that I have to fix because I have the frog going on, but I need to officially fix that, and I'm gonna do it one of these nights and just clean it off because enough is enough having all these like threads hanging. But one funny thing is that I've learned, there's no stitchy police, but also I think, you know, we try to be like perfect in our stitching, which sidebar, my backs are terrible, vomitrocious. But what I was gonna say is there's no stitchy polices, hopefully. But with that being said, I know that like a lot of us are very like purist or like true to like what the chart says, but sometimes I like to like just leave the mistakes there, and I know that I should take it out, and yes, you know, frogging, blah blah blah, but some of them just crack me up. Like perfect example, this one right here. This one right here is supposed to be a perfect the circle is supposed to be like symmetrical, like a perfect circle, and it's actually like boob off to the side, and it cracks me up. Like literally it's like 5 stitches that I have to like rip out and like redo, but I refuse because I'm like, she's cute, look at her, she's cute. But that's a true testament of like sometimes you don't have to have all your stitching perfect, and sometimes, you know, people don't know unless you point it out. But for me, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I'm just like every single time I walk by it, like I'll know like, oh, you know, that one is wrong. It's funny, like I have like a few things completed where like one I like remodified obviously the quote, but I know that the bird is like 1 whole stitch down, so I'm just like, oh yeah, like nobody's gonna really realize that, but I know that. And it's just kind of like those things where I feel like it really makes the piece your own. I'm not saying that to never frog, but for me, like frogging 56/1 is not fun. I do it when I have to, but like a lot of times I just work around it and like continue moving on. But I just feel like sometimes we just have to like really customize our pieces, and just kind of like give it a nod as we're like walking by them all the time. But that's all I have to say. I'm gonna like zip it because I've been talking and not stitching, but I have been drinking. But yeah, I am not sure if I'm gonna do a floss tube on Sunday. I might do a floss tube on Sunday. We will see. I don't have haul because I just got back to stitching. But I can show you some of the progress that I've done on the Modern Folk Embroidery one, and I can show you my new start and all that good stuff. But yeah, like I don't know, we'll see. I'll try to get some work done between today and Saturday, and then hopefully I can show you some goodies. But then that means that I would have to do a video on Wednesday. So I don't know, maybe we should just move all of our floss tubes to just all Wednesdays and make it a floss tube chill chat situation. Who knows? But yeah, I am done rambling. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Have a safe and healthy Wednesday. I'm just gonna probably cool down. I need to take another shower. Sidebar, I need to take another shower because I'm completely melted. But yeah, like I hope you guys you all enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you next week. I am very excited to continue to be stitching more compared to this past year. So catch me while I'm hot, because right now I feel like my needle is like slowly on fire. But yeah, I'm excited. Alrighty, I'll let you all go and let's chat next week. Don't forget to tell me, what format do you like? Just top down or just me sitting across the table chatting with you? That's 1. 2, don't forget to subscribe and add the bell so you kind of know when I'm here. No, because we're now more frequent. And then there was another piece of homework that I was leaving you all, but I can't remember. Oh, Berlin. If you know anyone that knows anybody who's in Berlin and is a stitchy friend, or knows of any like shops, let me know, because I would like to show you all some good stuff too. It's not all about New York and the United States of America. But yeah. All right, cool, we're done. Okay, bye.